Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo. Why fans are still reading into every detail for years. Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo have remained at the center of intense fan interest. Long after their shared professional history, fans continue to revisit old footage, compare fashion choices, examine social media posts, and look for connections in even the smallest details. The latest discussion is not based on one major announcement. Instead, it comes from a collection of moments that fans believe may reveal how close the two actors remain. But there is an important distinction. Some details described in the available material can be observed directly, while others are fan interpretations, speculation, or information that has not received official confirmation. So what exactly is behind this latest wave of discussion? The matching fashion details. One of the most talked about examples involves a Celine belt. The material says Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo were seen wearing the same style of belt, leading fans to connect the item with Wang Yibo's known preference for Celine. Some fans interpreted the matching accessory as another sign of the two sharing similar tastes or even sharing items. The same type of discussion appears around other accessories. Fans have compared glasses worn by Xiao Zhan with glasses associated with Wang Yibo. They have also pointed to similar card bags, clothing, watches, and other small fashion details. These comparisons are interesting, but they need to be viewed carefully. A matching product can be a coincidence. Two celebrities can own the same brand or design without coordinating their choices. Unless either actor confirms that an item was shared or deliberately matched, the connection remains a fan interpretation. Still, the fact that these details continue to attract attention says something about the strength of the fan interest surrounding the pair. Old footage is being examined again. Another major part of the discussion comes from older recordings. The supplied material revisits a recording involving 101, where Wang Yibo was reportedly described as someone's ideal type. Fans interpreted Xiao Zhan's reaction as jealousy and paid particular attention to his expression and behavior. The material also described Xiao Zhan later using Wang Yibo's nickname, Xiaobo, during the interaction. For fans who already follow the two closely, these moments have become part of a larger story. However, it is important to separate what viewers can actually see from what they believe the behavior means. A facial expression can be observed. Jealousy is an interpretation, without a direct statement from Xiao Zhan explaining his feelings at that moment. It would not be accurate to present jealousy as a confirmed fact. That does not make the footage uninteresting. In fact, the continuing discussion shows how old entertainment footage can take on new meaning when fans revisit it years later. A conversation about food reveals familiarity. One of the more concrete examples in the material involves a conversation about food preferences. The two were reportedly asked what the other person disliked eating. Xiao Zhan was associated with not liking carrots, while Wang Yibo was associated with disliking eggplant. The exchange attracted attention because the two appeared familiar with each other's preferences. This is different from speculation about hidden messages or matching accessories. If the conversation occurred as described, it provides a public example of the two knowing specific details about one another. That can reasonably be described as familiarity. What it cannot establish by itself is the nature of their private relationship. The distinction may seem small, but it is important when discussing celebrities whose public interactions are frequently analyzed by fans. The fan story goes beyond clothing. The material also describes a number of practical gestures. One example involves small handheld fans. According to the supplied information, Wang Yibo bought 4 small fans because Xiao Zhan was known to be uncomfortable with heat. The source says one of the fans stayed with Xiao Zhan for a considerable period and was associated with his work on a production. If accurate, this would be an example of a thoughtful and practical gesture, but again, the available material does not provide enough information to establish every detail surrounding the purchase. Fans have also connected 2 card bags, one brown and one black, and discussed a small bone necklace as another possible symbol of stability. Those interpretations belong to the fan narrative. There is no official explanation in the supplied material saying that these items were intended as romantic symbols. Travel details create another wave of speculation. Travel movements have also become part of the discussion. The material says Xiao Zhan traveled to Shanghai, and that fans noticed his glasses appeared similar to Wang Yibo's. It also discusses Wang Yibo traveling from Beijing to Shenzhen and then continuing to Shanghai. Fans questioned whether the two might have been in the same place and whether their movements were connected. But this is where speculation becomes particularly easy to confuse with fact. A travel route does not reveal someone's private plans. Being in the same city does not prove that two people met. and a similar outfit does not prove that two people intentionally coordinated their clothing. The available material does not provide direct confirmation that Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo traveled together or arranged to meet privately. The Dragon Boat Festival photograph, another detail that attracted fan attention, involved a Dragon Boat Festival post. The material says Xiao Zhan shared a photograph featuring two Zongzi. Fans then interpreted the composition of the photograph as potentially meaningful, suggesting that one may have been intended for another person. This is an example of how ordinary social media content can become part of a larger fan theory. The photograph itself may be real, but its hidden meaning is not established by the information supplied. Without an explanation from Xiao Zhan, viewers can interpret the image in different ways. That is precisely why it should be described as speculation rather than fact. The suitcase comparison, one of the more unusual comparisons, involves a suitcase. Fans reportedly noticed a black and white suitcase covered with stickers in a vlog associated with Xiao Zhan. They then compared it with a suitcase associated with Wang Yibo from an earlier period. The similarity became another point in the larger fan discussion. But once again, resemblance does not establish ownership or a shared location. The material also connects this discussion with Hengdian and the presence of Xiao Zhan's parents during the Chinese New Year period. The theory becomes more elaborate when these details are placed together, but the available information does not directly confirm that Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo spent that period together. That part of the story therefore remains unconfirmed. Why fans continue to look for connections according to the supplied material? The interest is not really about one belt, one pair of glasses, or one suitcase. It is about accumulation. One small detail by itself may mean very little, but when fans collect dozens of details over several years, they can begin to see a pattern. That pattern becomes the story. This is especially understandable in the case of Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo, because their shared professional history created a strong fan following around their partnership. Old footage can therefore be revisited from a completely different perspective. A look that once seemed ordinary can later be interpreted as meaningful. A casual comment can become something fans remember. A fashion choice can be compared with another photograph. A travel appearance can lead to questions about who else might have been in the same city. This process does not necessarily prove that the theories are correct. It shows how fan communities construct narratives from publicly available information. The role of social media has made this process even more powerful. Fans can save old photographs, compare screenshots, revisit interviews, examine airport appearances, and track public posts. A detail that might have disappeared years ago can suddenly return to discussion. The material even mentions periods when Wang Yibo reportedly did not post updates on his account. Some fans interpreted that silence as meaningful and suggested possible explanations involving Xiao Zhan, but there is no confirmed explanation in the supplied material for why he was inactive during that period. Silence on social media can have many explanations. Without a direct statement, any specific reason remains speculation. What can actually be concluded? According to the information provided, there are several things we can discuss with reasonable confidence. Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo have a significant shared professional history. They have appeared together publicly. They have interacted in recorded programs. The supplied material describes a conversation showing knowledge of each other's food preferences. It also describes practical gestures, old memories, and numerous fashion or lifestyle details that fans have compared. These are the foundation of the discussion. Beyond that foundation, however, there are many interpretations. Fans may believe matching accessories indicate a deeper connection. They may believe travel movements suggest a private meeting. They may interpret expressions in old footage as jealousy. They may see social media photographs as coded messages. But none of those interpretations should automatically be presented as confirmed facts. The bigger picture, according to the information currently available, the most interesting part of this story may actually be the persistence of the fan attention itself. Years can pass, careers can change, and both actors can move forward with new projects. Yet fans continue to revisit their shared history. That means the public association created during their earlier collaboration still has emotional importance for the fans represented in this material. It also explains why tiny details can become entertainment topics. In ordinary circumstances, a pair of glasses would not be news, a suitcase would not be news, a handheld fan would not be news, a food preference would not be major entertainment news. But when these details involve two actors with a powerful shared fan history, they can become symbolic. The challenge is knowing where observation ends and interpretation begins. That boundary is especially important when discussing private relationships. Final thoughts are the matching clothes, accessories, travel details, old footage, and social media posts proof of a private relationship between Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo. Based strictly on the information provided, that conclusion cannot be established. What the material does show is something more limited but still significant. Fans continue to closely examine the two actors' public appearances and shared history, searching for patterns that they believe reveal an ongoing connection. Some moments are directly observable, some suggest familiarity, some are interesting coincidences. Others are rumors or fan theories that still need confirmation. According to the information currently available, the responsible conclusion is therefore to keep those categories separate. The public history is one thing, fan interpretation is another, and any claim about a private romantic relationship requires evidence that goes beyond matching accessories, travel routes, social media posts, or expressions in old footage. For now, the story remains a fascinating example of how strongly fans can connect with the history of two performers, and how a single small detail can become part of a much larger conversation. The questions may continue, and fans may continue comparing every new photograph or appearance. But until there is direct confirmation, the most accurate approach is simple. Follow the evidence, label speculation as speculation, and allow future information to speak for itself.